Hi everyone. All right, let's get going. So I don't know exactly who's on the call, but if you're new, welcome. And just gonna spend less than we got another 14 minutes to go, so we're just gonna spend a few minutes flexing our positivity muscles. This, by the way, this new slide, I guess, is I got invited by AI as I was prepping for today's call. I was like, "Hey, do you want me to take a stab at creating a slide based on what you got?" And I was like, sure, show me what you got. So this is what it came up with. I kind of sort of like it, as creepy as it is. Um, anyway, that's not why we're here. We're here because we want to talk about today's theme is patience. And here's a cool quote from Tara Brach. When we're patient, we create space for understanding and connection, allowing us to navigate difficult situations with grace. So the two words that I really love here are space and grace. And I had a sort of firsthand experience with that today. One of the reasons I'm here in Italy is to just help my folks with some stuff. My dad had a minor surgery today, and getting from the home to the surgical center and kind of dealing with stuff is stressful enough as it is. And so all of these little things that involve getting from here to there sort of uh, take on value or importance. And so what I noticed today was I've driven this road a million times, literally with my mom and dad in the car. And of course, they couldn't help but tell me, like, "Oh, make sure you hang right here, and oh, don't go left over there, and oh, be careful. There's a speed trap over there." And a situation that I think normally would have probably really gotten under my skin. I don't like it when people are constantly telling me what to do. I'm just That's just the way I'm built. In this moment today, I just had a massive amount of space and capacity for grace for all of it. And I was really aware that I had that space and that grace. And so what dawned on me was that capacity for patience has everything to do with me and my narrative around the situation. Because, look, I just flown all the way over here to hang out with them. I was stoked to see them. I was stoked to be there to support them. And who gives a shit if they're yapping at me about, what to do here and there? And I was just like, awesome, tell me more, like what else do you want me to do or not want to do? And it just completely, sort of changed the experience for me. And I realized it had everything to do with my attitude towards the experience and nothing to do with anything that they were doing or that life was dishing out to me. So that was really cool to experience. And so I was thinking, like, here's a few definitions of patience, allowing the present moment to be exactly as it is without rushing to change it. I think the key word there is rushing. And patience has to do with just making time and creating space and just being like, yeah, this is what it is right now. I don't need it to be any different than it is. The capacity to regulate your nervous system. So your prefrontal cortex, not your impulsivity, guides your behavior. I like this one too because it really resonated for me. I was like, I was very cognizant of the fact that there's a different part of my brain that was active or sort of predominant in that situation. I wasn't reacting. I was just being with the situation and able to constantly put things into context. And that helped me be patient. And then the ability to stay steady and engaged while reality unfolds at a different pace than you want. I like that one too. This idea of sort of how time, factors into patience. So I thought let's spend some time just hanging out with this idea of patience and what it's like when we're patient or when we're impatient, and just yeah, just to spend some time there. I think it would be fruitful. So close your eyes. Let's take 60 or 90 seconds just to drop into here and now. It's literally just a memory, it's just a bunch of mental activity. Just notice what's happening right now. Feel the feet, the legs, the pelvis, the belly and the spine, the neck and the head. And just notice this is what it's like right here, right now, to inhabit this thing called the body. Just breathing, being right now, not in a moment, not in the past, just right now. And then opening up to this idea of patience, and inserting these ideas of space and grace. And maybe think back to a moment in time or a memory where you weren't feeling very patient. Just see what comes up. What was a time when you were being impatient with someone or some people, maybe in your car in traffic, maybe with someone whose energy and temperament you find challenging, maybe with yourself, and then just noticing what are the qualities of being impatient when you're unable to experience patience. What's that like in the body? Where do you feel it? How does impatience or a lack of patience register in terms of like spaciousness? What does it do to your capacity to inhabit space? Does impatience contract or expand space? And what about grace? What does impatience do to your capacity for grace? Does it expand it or contract it? And in that situation that you're thinking of, that person or those people, yourself, what would it be like if you were able to be more patient? What would that look like? What would you need to do to embody more patience? And what's stopping you from being the patient being that you'd like to be? It also kind of raises the question, which is why be patient in the first place? Is patience something that's valuable to you? It might be, it might not be. I don't want to superimpose any kind of objective idea about patience, but if patience is something that feels compelling, is interesting, or desirable, then again, the question of like, what would that look like? What would it require with that person, those people, with yourself? And what would you need the next time you run into a tricky situation where you want more space and more grace so you can embody more patience? What would it take for you to be able to do that? For me today, best way I could describe sort of my increased capacity for patience was there's a profound satisfaction in being able to embody that and know that I was embodying it in that moment. It felt really good. Felt like I was very aligned with the way that I want to be in the world. It was interesting to reflect on why am I able to do this now, where so many other times it feels elusive, where I just can't quite embody it. So that's the question in today's meditation. Take a deep breath in through the nose, slow out breath through the mouth, relaxing the belly, the chest, shoulders, the neck, throat, mouth, and hold the exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in and out. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes, come on back. Um, yeah, wishing you lots of patience throughout the rest of your day. Hope to see you tomorrow, everyone. Be well. Thank you.